Hey everybody, it's me, Miss Gabby. Welcome to Cab at Home in Gold, Detroit. Today we're going to be making something really cool that's going to be universal for a lot of different mediums, and I'm really excited about it. It's glue gun stencils. And before we jump into our supplies, I just want to give a huge shout out to the Community Education Commission of Detroit and General Motors. They are our sponsors, and without them we wouldn't be able to, be doing these awesome free art projects. They're super fun. So thankful for them, and we have such a big archive of them already, so you can definitely find all of our videos on our Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube page. And without the College for Creative Studies, they are us, and I really appreciate and am super thankful for them. So let's jump in right away. So today what we're going to be making, like I said, are these awesome glue gun stencils. So you can kind of see already all the different kinds that I already have, because honestly, once I started, I really couldn't stop. So, today I'm using a hot glue gun just for the sake of this. It's because it's faster and it will be at a quicker drying time. And mine's already plugged in and nice and warm. Some extra glue gun sticks, but you can definitely do this with white glue too. It just will take longer to dry. And next you'll need a work surface and a piece of parchment paper. This will help, once it dries, it will just peel off right away. And so you can see that I've already made quite a bit of them here. And also some painting supplies. So I have a water cup here with some different sized paint brushes. You see that. And I have a little paint palette. You can use a paper plate or anything with a few colors, and some white paper and some paper towel I have with me too. So let us just jump right in and let us get started. So, you can definitely draw or, try and do a design on a piece of white paper first, and then go ahead and trace it with your glue gun, or honestly, you can freeform. I did a lot of these that you see here, freeform, and they're a lot of fun too, to kind of see maybe what your mind is feeling and how you're really doing that. So maybe I'm going to try and do some zigzagging ones. And when we're creating stencils, any kind, we want to make sure that all of our lines are connecting, especially because, once we peel it off, we want to make sure that it's going to actually be uniform and together. And if you are using a glue gun, definitely be careful not to accidentally touch or anything, but you definitely will be needing extra glue sticks for sure. So I'm already using mine. So I don't have a lot of zigzagging ones, so I kind of want to make maybe some fun zigzag ones. But you see, I'm kind of free handing this, which I would really like to do that with a lot of my artwork. So it's up to you if you want to do it differently. But maybe I'll do a different one from here. So we can make them different sizes, but I've already created so many, so I kind of want to see and try to do something maybe I don't have. See, I have really fun ones with swirls already, and I'm just gonna put that, these kind of flowery looking ones, some shapes. But yeah, so I'm gonna just put these off to the side, and we're gonna let this one dry. So you can see that I've created this one, and we're gonna let it dry. So next, I can maybe even just kind of draw a big triangle. Maybe I'm really into triangles today, but I'm gonna go ahead and make a big triangle. And so I'm gonna maybe kind of create some fun lines inside of my triangle. And it's okay if you get some of those little, I like to call them spider webs from the glue gun. That will happen, and that's okay. And it's okay if they're not perfect lines, straight lines. It's all right. But the reason why we're using parchment paper is because it's going to be so much easier to peel off. Definitely super easy. Maybe I'll just create some fun circles, some simple circles, nothing on the inside. So see, I'm just freehanding, and it's all coming out relatively well, being a free-handed little job here. But yeah, so you can continue on as big or however big your parchment paper is. But you can kind of see this one is already starting to dry. you know what, we want them to be completely dry and solid before we attempt to peel them off, you know, and like sometimes we can maybe like move them a little quicker and try to get them like that too, you know. But if we want to, like, I can maybe create some like bigger flowers, ones that are like really connected, you know, play with like different shapes with my flowers, maybe make it like a pointy flower. See, like I'm already kind of going quickly through some these glue guns, which is okay. If you have extra and a lot, that's totally amazing. But if you're using white glue, it's gonna be a little easier too, but you'll just have to wait a little longer. So I'm making some bigger petals here for a flower, and I'm gonna make 5, it looks like, where I'm going. But yeah, so great. Now we're gonna let that off to dry. So we can leave these to dry. Perfect. I'll put them off to the side. And next, I'm just going to hop right in and use some of the stencils I've made. So, you know, with the stencils, I want to use kind of like a dabbing technique. So I'm going to just take some of my paint, and I have like a larger brush one here. Maybe I'm going to take some yellow, not take too much, but maybe start to create some dabs here. And, you know, you can paint, or if you have any spray bottles or anything, that could be a lot of fun too. But I'm just going around, and I'm holding my stencil in place here. But if you're using watercolor, this could be fun to really use too. Maybe kind of create like a splatter technique or something across them. I mean, you can do that on here as well. But now I'm gonna just take some of my blue and go along with that too. And what blue and yellow make is green. So I kind of like that there's this like tealish colors, but it kind of also translate into some greenery, which I really like, because green is my favorite color. So I'm just delicately, I'm not pressing too hard or anything like that, but I'm gonna move into some of the yellow here a little bit, just a little. Take that long. And I have my water cup, and I'll just rinse it. But I'm gonna go ahead and lift it and see what that is gonna look like. Whoa, that looks awesome. See, I could maybe add a little bit of more paint here, but you know, you can let this dry or wipe it off if you want to use it like right away, and that's why we have our paper towel. But it looks awesome. I really like what that's looking like. So maybe I'm going to take this kind of abstract shape here and maybe add it to here. And maybe I'm going to try and use a little bit of my red. Sorry, I'm just rinsing my brush a little bit and wiping it on my paper towel. So I'm going to take some of my red and just go ahead and lightly dab around it. It's kind of shifting a little, and that's okay. I don't mind. It doesn't have to be totally perfect, but I'm just going ahead and adding it all around. And maybe lift my finger a little and go ahead and pick that up. Oof, maybe that kind of moved a little too much. Maybe we can work on that a little too. But it's a lot of fun, and you can kind of layer them and wait for them to dry, and like, you know, keep kind of adding the layers, you know. So it's definitely fun. And like here we can grab another one. Kind of, you can see, you can kind of use all your other shapes that you've made, really. And kind of maneuver and let dry and add, and like, you know, even kind of do like mixed media, I think would be, you know, like really fun. Maybe, you know, you just need to be careful with like maybe the amount of paint. You know, you don't even have to cover the entire stencil, right? Like you can just really kind of create some dabs there to create like a little bit. Or here, take your entire brush and create these like paint strokes, you know. But sometimes it, you know, because if maybe your paint's a little too wet, like, you know, I didn't do such a great job of drying my brush, but kind of creating these fun little patterns where it's kind of doing like the outline, which is a lot of fun. But you can, you know, really wipe all of that off, or take a clean brush and do that, where I'm not doing one that's just like as watery. But there you go. So it's definitely so much fun. And you know, you can just like kind of create and layer, and it's seriously so much fun. And now we can go and see like our original ones that we've made here. Oof, so right away, boom, easy peasy. It dried, it peeled off, it's awesome. So that's one that we created earlier. And I'm gonna take this, maybe some yellow, right? Take some on my brush and just lightly dab. So yeah, if you have any spray bottles or like do anything with like spray painting, that would be so much fun too. But it's fun to kind of create these beautiful kind of abstract textures and, you know, like visions of it, which I think is really fun. So even if I were to maybe use part of my stencil too, which could be really, really fun too, kind of add that color into this and see how that could look too with the yellow. See, it's kind of a little bit really, really fun, different. You know, kind of adding just little parts of yellow and green, which, because blue and yellow make green. So you can even add, I think orange would be really pretty, but you can, you know, let it dry and then continue to layer more. So yeah, that's it. Like, that's how awesome our stencils can be. And you can honestly really keep going and trying all these different kinds. So yeah, and now is like one of my favorite parts is to clean up, you know, since we used paint and everything like that. You know, we can save our paint, you know, put this in a paper bag so we can use it another time. That would be super great. Wash our stencils, wash our brushes, make sure we cleaned up. We want to start or end like how we started and throw away all of our scraps. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. If you, you know, made anything, definitely send it to our email or put it in the comments. We'd love to see. So thanks for hanging out with me and making some glue gun stencils. I hope you definitely try it out and layer and like try mixed media, maybe some paints, watercolors, like anything that, you know, oil pastel. We would love to see if you have tried anything. So thanks for hanging out. And definitely catch us, you know, tomorrow with Miss Van, and look at our other archives and our other videos. We have so many, and for all ages, specific ages, you know, you can find them all. So thanks for hanging out.